There's a vital strategic partnership, one that's critical for global stability. And right now, it's kind of on the ropes. It's caught up in this high-stakes trade dispute. We're talking about India and the United States. So what is really going on behind all the headlines? Let's get into it.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to be breaking down a really sharp analysis from the publication Aims and Ideas. And hey, if you like what you hear, you should definitely subscribe to their channel for more insights just like this. We're going to use their work to get to the very heart of this pretty complex issue.
So what was it that lit the fuse on this whole conflict? It's this number, 50%. That is the massive tariff Washington has slapped on a whole range of Indian exports. It's a huge economic blow. And believe me, the reasons behind it run deep. At its core, what we're looking at here is a new kind of trade standoff. This isn't just some simple disagreement over numbers. No, it's a fundamental clash of national interests and really two different economic philosophies. And to really get it, you have to look at it from both sides. For the US, this whole thing is about fairness. They're basically saying, hey, we give you low tariff access to our markets, we expect the same in return. Simple, right? But for India, it's about something way more fundamental, their sovereign right to control their own economy and protect their own national interests. So where does this American feeling of unfairness even come from? Well, it's built on a claim that's been around for a while, one that's been voiced at the very highest levels. The idea that India is a, quote, tariff king. This quote from Donald Trump really just crystallizes the American grievance perfectly. For years, the view from Washington has been that India uses these super high tariffs to block American goods, creating what they see as a totally unfair playing field.
And look, this isn't just some abstract political argument. We are talking about iconic American products here. Think about it. Harley-Davidson motorcycles getting hit with huge duties. American farmers who can't sell their apples and almonds to India's massive consumer base. Cars, wines, industrial goods. For the US, this all boils down to very real, tangible losses for their businesses.
Okay, but India's position is just as firm, and it's rooted in a completely different set of priorities. So why won't Delhi just back down? To get that, we need to understand India's unyielding stance.
The answer really starts with this key concept, strategic autonomy. For India, this is a core principle. It's the right to make its own calls. You know, whether that's buying Russian oil for its energy needs or setting its own trade policies without getting pushed around by other countries. At the end of the day, it's about sovereignty, not just spreadsheets.
And within that big idea of autonomy, there is one area that is absolutely 100% non-negotiable for India, protecting its farmers. This isn't just a talking point, it's a fundamental pillar of their national stability.
And the scale here, it's just staggering. The agricultural sector isn't just a part of India's economy. It literally supports the livelihoods of hundreds of millions of people. Can you imagine flooding that market with cheaper foreign imports? It could trigger just devastating social and economic chaos. So for Delhi, those high farm tariffs, they don't see them as aggressive. They see them as a defensive shield for a massive and pretty vulnerable population.
So with both sides dug in deep, that 50% tariff we started with isn't just a number on a page. It has very real-world consequences. Let's take a look at the economic fallout. The impact of this tariff is expected to be really severe, and it's going to fall hardest on India's biggest job-creating engines. We're talking about key export industries like textiles, gems and jewelry, and leather goods. All of these are sectors that employ millions and millions of people. Now, some areas like pharmaceuticals are exempt, but the hit to these specific industries could be huge. But India isn't just sitting back and taking the hit. No, it's responding with a three-pronged strategy. First, directly support the industries that are getting hit the hardest. Second, start to diversify away from the US by aggressively looking for new markets in places like the EU and the Middle East. And third, double down on its Made in India initiative to boost its own manufacturing and domestic demand. So, with both countries digging in their heels and chasing their own strategies, where does this leave their relationship? You have to ask, what happens next? Ultimately, this whole thing is about so much more than just trade. It's a major stress test for a really vital strategic partnership. I mean, the world's two largest democracies have a lot of shared interests, especially when it comes to China. But actions like these tariffs, they threaten to undermine all of that broader cooperation. And that leaves us with the powerful, central question from the Aims and Ideas analysis. Are these two giants going to find a path forward that's based on mutual respect, or is this economic friction going to keep straining a relationship that's critical not just for them, but honestly for the entire world? It's a huge question and one we'll leave you with. Thanks for joining us.